Your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Having us do a show on Saturday morning means we can never happy hour properly again.
And I think we all know how I happy hour, and I can't do that. It's now just water and sleep.
I just feel like y'all now need to be professional. We becoming like adults, like real adults.
Before I become professional, I need y'all to help me move my washer dryer tomorrow.
Okay. 10th-year seniors on Guardian Radio. I'm Ronaldo, and I believe Halloween should be celebrated as a national holiday.
I am Andrew. I think Chris Brown may have been better than Michael Jackson.
I'm John Mark, and the Dolphins still suck.
I'm Ricardo Wells, and I still don't understand how the Yankees lost last night. But I've been tasked with the telephone lines. Lines open today, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, toll free at 300-5720. Also, we have the Guardian text line this weekend, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Now, show.
It's amazing that you remembered all of that off the top of your head.
Well done.
Definitely, they have it written down.
You are the most professional of all of us.
They have it written down right there
did
now.
their job.
He's been studying.
They did their job.
You're really good. You're really good.
Y'all got a pool and y'all just switch, boy. Okay.
They figured out, like, will we come to... Okay, yeah, whatever.
Okay. So, obviously, let's get to segment one. What's the lead? The topic of conversation... You're not going to hear the name Murphy on the show after that. The topic of conversation on any sports show in the Bahamas, or just in Bahamian conversations in general, has to be Jonquil Jones. Did something unprecedented. We have to start with JJ winning the WNBA finals, finally, after losing how many times? 3 times? 4 times?
2. This was a 4, so 3.
So after losing in 3 trips, finally getting the job done with the New York Liberty. By now, we all know winning the MVP. What do we think this means in the Bahamian context of her? I just want to get right to the hottest takes. The hottest take is that she's now, she has to be considered the greatest Bahamian basketball player ever, right?
Wow. I mean, yeah, technically. Mathematically, we have to.
Mathematically.
What are we using against the math here?
All the awards she's won.
Championships and awards? Okay.
Okay, because
how many titles?
I was about to argue Rick Fox.
Go ahead. I would love to.
Let's hear.
I would love to hear the arguments because I believe there is going to be a clear divide with this, and it will have little to do with what you do on the basketball court. We know what the divide is going to be.
So I think she would be a close second right now to Michael Thompson.
Never.
Michael Thompson has 2 titles. Michael Thompson was on the all-rookie team in 78. Michael Thompson his resume does not come close to hers.
No.
And that's not a knock on
Buddy's resume is better than Michael just because of college.
See, this is how y'all just get us problems every weekend.
But here's the thing.
5 minutes into the show.
This shouldn't be a problem. How are we supposed to set a timer on the segment?
Yeah. Here's the thing, and here's how I look at it. Jonquil Jones is a first ballot Hall of Famer for basketball. Mm-hmm. No one else is that.
I'll allow that.
Fair.
I'll allow that.
I'm in agreement.
I mean, Rick had Vanessa Williams, though.
Rick did have Vanessa Williams.
I'm sorry. That's a stat.
That's
a stat for me.
That is.
I'm sorry.
And this was prime Vanessa Williams, if we remember this properly.
Yes.
All facts. I think it was the LA thing though. He had like the Caribbean slick hair. Yeah. Anyway, we can leave that.
Come on.
But
now.
I mean, okay. So Jonquil Jones is
shout out to Ricky Fox.
No, Ricky. No one calls him Ricky. That alone, there's no other Bahamian has a major league MVP.
True.
She has that. Now she has the finals MVP. She has the title. She's been an all defensive team selection. She's been an all WNBA first team selection, second team selection multiple times. She's won 6 Women of the Year. She's won Most Improved Player of the Year. So it's been from the beginning of her career to now.
She was robbed All-Star MVP.
This is one of John's favorite stories. He really wants that All-Star MVP for her. The only award that they give that she doesn't have is Defensive Player of the Year.
Which is confusing.
She's got everything else. So with that resume, I don't even see... I feel like it's an unassailable point. She is the greatest Bahamian basketball player ever.
She's ironically good at D. But the thing about it is, have we ever seen anybody else carry a Bahamian flag through New York?
Sidney Poitier.
I've never
For
seen.
athleticism?
I've never seen a clip. Anyone in New York would have been
really
black.
never had professionals play in New York like that because it's only Chaz, it's only Jonko and Antoine. But Clay had it in San Francisco.
Yeah, but that ain't New York though.
He had it in Boston.
Like Jada Kiss went to the celebrations. Like, come on.
Exuma the Obeah, man. He was big in New
No,
York.
that's actually true.
Yeah, she was big in New
in
York,
his
actually.
day. Yeah.
Yeah, shout damn.
I know Bahamian music.
Can you stop a roach?
if necessary.
Literally?
Because you are the dancey dude of the crew.
I used to be. That has passed on to my son.
You don't get sturdy?
He just does shoulder stuff now.
I don't. That's a deep cut. That's a deep cut. My knees don't have the capability of it. But we saw the punch with the flag across her shoulders. And I feel like she's done such a great job putting to rest all of the. Remember last week when I was like, sometimes we don't have to debate with people. It's easy to just say they're stupid and they're wrong. All of the people that have been questioning her citizenship, I feel like everything she's done has kind of put all of that talk.
That's why I wasn't being flippant when I said the thing about her carrying the flag, because there was so much rhetoric on. One thing about Bahamians, we hate to see someone win. The minute she won that, it was nothing but think pieces online of like, well, is she really Bahamian? You know, she gave up her citizenship. She's no longer da-da-da-da. And I was like, yeah, she's on a parade right now with a flag she don't have to carry on her back, literally on her back, in a good King
entire
John did what John is do and made it even more Bahamian. And, you know, come on now. Like,
My apologies to the Bahamian public.
Can we get to that? And me and John were sitting there marveling. This is how misinformation happens and how it spreads like wildfire. So literally 2 minutes before we was about to go record the news, we was like, well, we need to get some JJ content out. The parade started. We didn't even remember the parade started. I was like,
I didn't know there was a parade.
I was like, oh shoot, the parade started, and let's get some content out. John saw the video and he was like, you know what would make this better? Put our own music over this. So he was on Instagram and we was trying to find the perfect Junkanoo clip. Got it. All right, let's put that out. People who think this is cool, I put it in the caption. We fixed the audio. Everybody thought that was actually Junkanoo.
The most ironic part of the situation is people in the comments trying to figure out, did we use a Saxons clip or whichever. Like, that was the concern.
Here's the
I
thing.
was like,
It was the Valley.
But here's the thing.
which Valley?
Were you sell?
Whatever the Valley put on Instagram, because it said Valley.
They
So
still.
the IG Valley.
Hold on, they still break up.
They probably no reconciliation.
They didn't do.
I thought they got
There's the
together.
Valley Boys and the world famous Valley Boys.
So they
No,
ended.
but I think it's the world famous and the way forward or something. I don't know who picked the names. I was like, y'all went from the Valley Boys, one of the most classical Bahamian phrases, to way forward, and I was like, come on, man, be better.
Yeah, but no, that was perfectly synced up, by the way. I thought I had people sending it to me because I just share things, and then people sending
We
me.
always appreciate you, my guy.
Yeah.
And a bunch of people was like, "Oh, boy, boy, Andrew, yeah, but 10 years to the world, boy, how y'all even get this clip?" I was like, "The clip that they record." I said, "I don't know." And then it was like, "Yeah, but good job." But I said, "For doing what?"
Instagram.
And then John texted me. It was like, "Yeah, boy, all me." I was like, "Oh."
No, but I sent you the original clip because I saw him posting and people, and it was a ding, 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 ding. Like that was like just those horns in the background, and I said, "Boy, that's boring." Because I was gonna post it just like that, and I said, "No, I gotta hype it up."
No, we couldn't. Listen. I'm sure the music there was that they were hearing was probably lit.
It was
and they
rap.
getting off to- Which I mean, it's New York. I'm sure they was playing Jay-Z.
Look, she had her own DJ on, and this is the thing, right? And this is where I think her marketing team should have like contacted us, since we know the culture. They should have had the DJ doing Junkanoo just for like 5 minutes there. That would have hyped up Jonko even more if she would have heard it there.
She texted the wrong band. It sounded like.
Perfect segue, John, because now I want y'all to know New York has laid the gauntlet down.
Yeah.
I mean, we ain't getting 80,000 people. We ain't getting like 3,000 pounds of confetti or none of that. But I feel like we gotta respond.
Didn't she say that she's going to throw her own parade?
Well,
Someone said, I heard.
Well, she said she's bringing the parade to the Bahamas.
Right. Yeah.
I see that video.
I don't know where, but
Nassau, Freeport.
Okay, we already know what's going to happen, right? She could fly into Nassau, then she got to go to the Prime Minister's office and shake the Prime Minister's hand. We already know this is what's going to happen. Then they're going to have a press conference.
She got to stop the bamboo.
Yeah.
She got to stop the bamboo.
Wait. You forget the most horrible one that nobody enjoys. She got to go to the House of Assembly and listen to them talk.
They might put it in the diplomatic entrance for like a little press conference thing beforehand, have a little Junkanoo rush out the airport, which makes no sense. But anyway, I just hope that they do something in Freeport for real. Just close all the schools down, bring them all the kids to the streets, and have fun.
But to bring
I
this
know a lady with a
full
house.
circle, every island in the Bahamas have what we call Queens Highway, like the quote-unquote big road on all islands. Queens Highway at Freeport, could it be the Jonquil Jones Way? Like, could we do that?
Yeah, but how much roads to Queens?
When's the last time?
Like, is every major family island has the Queens Highway?
It's a king now, so I mean,
Well,
they could change.
I've never seen the name change on any island.
Yeah.
we don't
He
have
been there,
King,
what?
we don't have Kings Highway.
Except Tower Road.
We only have like King's College. And
Tony got that for the gold medal. WNBA champion Jonquil Jones.
Michael Thompson got his Boulevard.
She should have Queens Highway at Freeport.
First of all, Michael Thompson got that because his kid won an NBA title. But
I'm just saying.
We don't always get there on time, but we can get there.
It had Michael Thompson had to be like, I worked so hard. I was a 2-time champion. His kid had to come along and win with the Warriors, and it was like, you know what? We forgetting something.
Remember his daddy?
Yeah, remember? He's cool. Remember his daddy?
You're right.
Number 1 overall pick.
All right. So while we were talking about the celebration in New York, Cardo mentioned it in the open, but we do have to get to another New York sport. But this didn't happen in
Boy,
New
that
York.
was
This
not a
happened on the West
celebration.
Coast.
Your intro was you can't ever do another late night drinking to deal with the hangover. Last night was legit a hangover. I'm still upset about it.
Every Yankee fan, every Bahamian Yankee fan by proxy that's there because of Jazz, which should be most of us, except for Kaizen, he ain't no true member. But every Yankee fan by proxy had to feel like a guttural gut punch this morning. Well, if you didn't watch it live last night, you had to feel it this morning when you saw what happened. The way the Yankees lost Game 1 of the World Series in just the most heartbreaking fashion is amazing. If you didn't catch it by now, I'll set the stage really quickly. Jazz had the most amazing 10th inning I think a baseball player can have the way he plays. It was actually reminiscent of what Jackie Robinson did when he changed the game when he first broke
a
into
big
the
name.
MLB. Yeah, but that's
I just
literally
saying
what-
that's a big name.
But that's literally what he used to do, though. You get on base and then you just wreak havoc and you end up manufacturing a run from out of nowhere. That's what Jazz did. Single to right, stole second, stole third, and then on a fielder's choice scored the what would have been the go-ahead run.
So Jazz is the 7th person in MLB history to have 3 stolen bases in a World Series game.
That's a flex.
That's crazy.
That's a flex.
And the last time it happened was 2016.
Baseball has been around for 8 million years, and he's only the 7th person to do it. Like that's a huge flex.
I don't think those numbers are correct. but-
No, completely accurate. And then what happened is, of course, Freddie Freeman undoes all that. So to give you all context, we had the caption ready to go. We was going to celebrate Jazz, and then Freddie Freeman just absolutely undid all of that with a grand slam to win the game for the Dodgers.
All right, we just got a call. Let's check it.
Morning, guys.
Morning,
Morning.
Cardio Radio.
Hey, listen to me. If any of y'all know baseball, as soon as y'all saw that guy walk, the person before Freddie Freeman saw Freddie Freeman coming to the plate, y'all should have known the game was over.
This is the argument we've been having off air all day. Nal
A
is
lot of Braves
convinced.
fans, I know Freddie Freeman.
Nal is convinced that he should have pitched to
Yes.
Mookie Betts.
I would have gone at
He
Mookie.
should have pitched him. He should have pitched
I
him.
agree. Only you
Freddie
want to
Freeman is all clutch.
It's just fair. I'm a Mets fan, so I fear Mookie Betts. He did it twice to us in our season a couple of weeks back. So I was like, if there's anybody I'm not going to challenge in this situation, it's going to be Mookie. Nal is a strong believer that you always fear power, and in this case, Freddie had more power. So
Oh, yeah. Broken leg, whatever injury is. When it comes to that type of situation, don't pitch to that man. Trust me. All right.
thank you.
I appreciate the call. So, I mean, yeah, so that was my entire point. You go at Mookie Betts and you live with the result. I just didn't think you should have walked Mookie to get to Freddie. And this is not even revisionist history. I was literally typing that to our group in the moment, but it happened so fast.
Yeah.
It was done.
The moment was over. But I agree. I think Ohtani was the big person to get out. Give the pitcher the confidence to go against Mookie, because I feel like it's still mental games. Like, Freddie Freeman, a little lesser than Mookie. I'll be a little easier, and look what happened.
What are the odds? Do we still think that the Yankees? I know it's very early on. Do we still think they have a chance? Do we still think they can carry this? Because if Jazz is playing, so this, I mean, if we isolate Jazz, we don't have a Jazz problem. But do we still think they have a good chance to take it all?
I'll let Nal get to that. Let's check him with the caller. Go ahead, caller. You on? Go ahead, caller. You on?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I watched that game from start to finish. What has happened is that what Jazz did was more than significant. I mean, to know that it's only the 7th time something like that has ever happened is just tell you something. Baseball is almost 150 years old. And for him to do something like that, to create that kind of excitement on the base and to end up scoring the go-ahead run in the 10th, and only leave for the Yankees bullpen to close. But I realized that after Cousin got the first guy out, you take the ball from him. He wasn't supposed to even be allowed to walk nobody. You get the first body got out. That was time for you to take the ball. But the idea that you got to walk back to pitch the other guy was just bananas. You're already only up by 1 run. And you lower the base to pitch to Freeman? Are you serious about that? That is the worst managerial decision in World Series history.
So consensus is you should not have pitched to Freddie
Freeman. One of the best clutch hitter in baseball history. How you do that?
Well, we see what the result is. We see why you shouldn't have done it. Thanks a lot for the call. So my thing with that is, and Cardo mentioned this too, the Dodgers have constructed their lineup in such a way that you have to choose between MVPs. Because I mean, while all of us are saying, yeah, go with Mookie Betts is also an MVP.
Yeah.
So you have to go at one of them. I would have made the choice to go with Mookie because, like I said, my decision was I fear power. But the caller also had a really good point about Cortez because we weren't sure that he was going to actually be on the World Series roster. He came into this with injury concerns.
Yeah. So
there was a question of when they would use him, how they would use him. He said he was good to go. Obviously, he was good to go up until that point, up until that 93-mile-per-hour high fastball. But to get back to what Andrew was saying about what do we think about this series in its totality, this is one of those where these teams are so evenly matched. I don't think you could be surprised by any result.
Yeah, no, but like you said just now, the Dodgers have constructed their team to have MVP after MVP at bat. It's the same thing on the Yankees side. What we saw last night was just that the Dodgers literally won that game on good management, again, to the caller's point.
But how happy are you if you're the second baseman for the Yankees? Messing up the play, and no one is talking about that aspect because that would have completely changed the whole dynamics of the game.
That is one of my favorite things in sport. Have the big mistake right before the big moment, because then you get to sit quietly in the locker room and just be pissed and like, oh yeah, if that didn't happen, and nobody remembers me booting that infield.
Oh, he's in the locker room loud. Like, why would y'all pitch that, man? Come on, guys, come on, man.
No, he's the most quiet.
Well, you can speak either way. Either way, they're not gonna blame him.
But like as Bahamian fans, right? Whether you are a diehard baseball fan like our callers, or you're only tangentially connected because of Jazz, I think it's a sigh of relief to see that he's there and he's actually playing so well already. Because that was my biggest fear going into game one, because it's been a struggle for him throughout the playoffs, which I think people get it and people understand the context. You understand what he brings to this team, but at the end of the day, you still want him to put those numbers up to show that you belong in this situation.
Something unrelated to the sports side of it. Was this like a bad beat with that grand slam? Like,
I don't want to talk about it.
Like the gamblers of this thing.
If you had the Yankees money line, right before that pitch, you were feeling incredible. Right after that pitch, you were wondering how you can make it through Saturday.
But was there over on the runs in the game? Like,
the answer is you have to do a radio show with your friends.
And heel.
Or just hurt, or just continuously hurt.
Back to the call lines. Go ahead, call you on.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
I must say, as a Yankee fan 77, that one hurt.
Yeah, I can imagine.
77?
As a Yankees
That
fan
one hurt,
last summer,
especially, when you look at how Jazz, have performed to give us that go-ahead run. But I can't believe callers calling and saying that the series, that's only game one. I'm happy it's game one and not game 7.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going 7.
I didn't hear you.
No, I said I think the series is going 7. I can see this being this kind of back and forth series between these two teams, just because I think it's so evenly matched.
Yeah, and I think the Yankees could come back and win this. We can get, this
it seems to be New York here. John Club can win hers, and Jazz are going to win his. We have a big celebration in Parliament, but I'm disappointed with that one, but like Aaron Judge said, we got to move on.
Yep.
That one then over. And chances are, bear in mind, they're in Los Angeles. The first two in Los Angeles, and we had a chance to really win that one last night, but they got lucky. Like Jazz said against the Guardian Angels, they got lucky and win one.
You notice he didn't say that this time, though.
No,
Yeah, you ain't want to say that to the Dodgers. You can say that to the Guardians.
But I can use that phrase, I can use that quote. They got lucky and win one.
Gotcha.
So they up one. But I'll call back next week and we'll see exactly where it is.
It's a 2-3-2 fall later on this week. So hopefully Johnson can make the turnaround and make it happen. Thanks, Carl.
I won't lie, as a casual, as long as Jazz plays well, it matters if the Yankees win, especially for the gentleman who says he's a Yankees fan from 77. That hopefully they win. But to Niall's earlier point, as long as he plays well.
Yeah.
Because I think for a lot of Bahamians like me who are casuals, it's kind of like, well, I mean, he didn't even do nothing. You know what I mean? No, he's actually played his behind off.
I love when Andrew said, "How do you know he played well?"
Because Niall just said it.
But
I just radio live.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
all
He
credit
comes
to
in. He
Jazz.
comes into our production meeting.
But this is the perfect backdrop for the Caribbean Baseball Classic ongoing now, because you have somebody like Josh putting the showcase, and then you could follow up with what happened last night. Let's just get to this call, and then we can move on to that. Go ahead, caller, you on?
Yeah, again, what I wanted to mention when I first called is that error, that critical error by the second base is crazy. I mean, the first thing you do, by all stretch, that's a double. But you don't give the extra base. And because he was able to give that extra base, that run was able to come in to score. When our closer come in, that would have been it. All you'd be doing is saving the game 3-2.
You sound like you're really upset with the manager decisions last night.
We were supposed to win the game at that point because it was already at the bottom of the seventh or bottom of the eighth. And all we needed to do was hold that guy to second base. So when the closer, when he eventually got to 2 outs, no run should have scored. And we would have won the game for 4 instead of going into extra innings. So that is critical. And that is what the Yankees have not been doing of late. The Yankees fielding is horrible. Apart from Giles Chisholm and shortstop, the shortstop is one of the best. But our fielding is killing us. We are running ourselves out of innings by running right in, not seeing the play and running right out of innings. Sometimes we have 3 people on and nobody scores. It's crazy the way this Yankee team plays fundamental baseball. That's what they haven't been playing. And last night,
they've been playing fundamental baseball up until this point.
That first World Series game.
Got you, caller. So hopefully all of that will change in game 2. Thanks again for calling back. So we're approaching halftime, guys. Not halftime in our show, not in anything else. Halftime in the discussion. So we'll take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we'll talk about what's happening around the NBA with our Bahamian basketball players. We'll get to some Caribbean Baseball Cup. And then we talk about a subject near and dear to my heart, nepotism in the NBA.
Awards are just around the corner and we're celebrating our amazing fishers. Want to be a part of the fun? Grab your tickets now at ticketflare.com/Anchor Awards. Tickets are just $60 and it's super easy to purchase. Click Buy Tickets, choose how many you want, and boom, your QR codes get sent straight to your inbox. All you got to do now is dress up, show up, and let us scan you in. Don't miss out. Get your tickets today. Let's honor our Legends of the Sea on November 16th at the Bahama Resort Convention Center.
This November, the Nassau Guardian is celebrating 180 years. And we want to thank you, our loyal readers, for helping to make this one of the oldest newspapers in the region. We want you to be a part of our Vision Challenge giveaway promotion, beginning October 28th through November 22nd. All you need to do is find the hidden Nassau Guardian 180 Years logo, printed every day in the Nassau Guardian newspaper, and you could win prize money. Just purchase your daily Nassau Guardian newspaper every day, beginning Monday, October 28th. Find the 180th Nassau Guardian logo, cut out the page, mark the spot, write your name and phone number on that clipping, drop off your entries at our offices on Carter Street in Oakesfield, and every Friday, 15th and November 22nd, one drawing will take place. It's that simple.
Are you a business owner or HR professional? RF's team of pension specialists are here to empower your employees with market-leading retirement solutions and to make implementing group pensions easy and cost-effective. With RF, starting or switching your company pension plan is a breeze, and there are no setup fees. If you're looking for strong investment performance and low fees, visit rfgroup.com/empower and empower your team to retire comfortably with RF Group pensions today. That's rfgroup.com/empower.
A legacy of leadership. Join the International Third World Leadership Association in partnership with the Miles and Ruth Monroe Foundation for Legacy Weekend, celebrating the legacy of Dr. Miles Monroe and other visionary leaders. November 8th to the 9th, experience 3 powerful events. ITWLA hosts Legacy Leadership Lectures, honoring distinguished global leaders. November 9th, the Miles and Ruth Monroe Foundation presents Legacy Walk to Remember, 5K and 10K routes along West Bay Streets, Nassau, Bahamas. Then join us for the Legacy Reunion Concert, featuring Grammy-winning gospel artist Yolanda Adams and Sherwin Gardner at the Miles E. Monroe Diplomat Center.
Hey guys, it's Yolanda Adams. It's about to be a celebration November 8th through the 10th at the Miles E. Monroe Diplomat Center. I can't wait to see you. Come on.
Visit ITWLA.com for details. Don't miss Legacy Weekend.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Welcome back to the Accredited here on Guardian Radio, powered by 10YS. I'm Ronaldo, and I have been around since the 70s. They're awesome.
I am Andrew, and I hope Tua comes back to play, and the Dolphins do what they do and lose.
Thank you.
I'm John Mark, and I became a Yankees fan when Jazz was traded there.
I'm Ricardo Wells, and I still don't understand why y'all think Tua should keep playing football. I just don't.
All right, stop it.
We'll get there.
We are. So we left before the break. We were talking baseball at the MLB level. We want to talk quickly about baseball here at the local level. Caribbean Baseball Cup currently going on at the Andre Rogers National Stadium. So if you're a fan of Jazz Chisholm, then I think your fandom should be invested on the places where Jazz came from, and that is our local baseball scene. So go out, support these players, and most of this, I'm not just saying this because my son is on the team.
You should be a fan of Kaizen Dorsett.
I mean, he's 50 and he's on the senior national team.
No, I'm not taking on him.
It's your son, bro. Talk about it.
That's kind
Y'all don't know he threw someone out yesterday?
He did throw someone out
an adult.
yesterday.
Really?
They tried to steal on him.
Explain the story now, John.
The story is his arm was good enough to catch an adult at second base.
He has a big league arm. So John was concerned about that before.
I was concerned
about that before. He was like, does Kaizen have the arm behind the play catcher? And I was like, no, he could do that.
When did John express his concern?
Right
at the very beginning.
Oh, okay.
No, at the beginning of the tournament.
Started.
Let me ask you a question, because I think we're seeing a groundswell movement of these kids like actually be like the way Kaizen trains and the way these kids are training now. You think we're gonna have like baseball's be the #1 sport for us competing on that level, on the MLB level?
Thank you for trying to get more callers coming in.
I've never seen it like this before. I've never seen it this
Here's the reason why
passionate.
Kaizen's doing so well. UPT.
Thank you, John.
Let's get to it. Hey, John, what's UPT?
Well, Ronaldo is a personal trainer that helps train elite athletes.
Sports performance coach.
Same thing.
Since when?
Okay, so
You did journalism.
No, he did political science.
jack of all trades.
Master of none.
You know, there's a second part.
Yes, I know there's a second part.
Yeah.
Anyway, so with the Caribbean Baseball Cup, right? But our biggest concern we had about this tournament is we still don't have our best collection of talent on the field, and there are many reasons behind that. The players whose teams didn't release them to play, which is valid because a lot of our young baseball players, their teams are saying, no, you're not going to be available to play in this. There are people that are available but just opted not to. And my thing with that is, do y'all not see the groundswell of support that basketball got this summer during their run towards Olympic qualification?
Mm-hmm.
If you want baseball to have the same thing, then you have to start from the best players that are available have to play in these things. Obviously, Jazz wasn't available to play in this because he's playing on the biggest stage in sports. But the last time they had the Caribbean Cup, even though the Marlins wouldn't allow him to play, he was there with that team coaching. He was there in the dugout. He was there involved in everything going on with that team. If the best is leading the charge like that, being involved in baseball at the local level, I feel like everyone else should be following suit.
But we've spoken about this off air, and it goes back to when Buddy committed to the national team in 2017 or 18, whatever, when we played USVI and Dominican Republic that year. You need someone that is high profile to say, guys, I'm coming to play, and honestly say, I don't care who else is coming with me, but someone has to put that step out there to be like, we have to change this culture. And that changed into getting Akai to play 1 year, getting DeAndre, getting Eric to change over from USA to Bahamas. So it's like, you have to be able to have the players to say, what? We got to take this step.
But the question I have there, and I think you and Niall could kind of talk this together. How critical is it from a national standpoint to have somebody, a guided voice, a guided hand behind the scenes that try to, stitch these kind of programs together to ensure that, hey, as we build up to these sorts of events, we're engaging with players that are in the U.S., the players that are throughout South America to ensure that, hey, we all have an understanding that this is
a fixer. Baseball needs a John is basically what we
see. I didn't want to say it like that.
No. We are listen. Shameless self-promotion is the way things get done in this country, and for far too long we have not been doing it.
Facts.
John is literally that person for basketball.
No, and this is why I think
a lot of people don't know that, but that is every sport needs a John basically.
And this is what I'm going to take my weekly shot at the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture now.
As you should.
These sorts of programs moved away from the political format.
Hire NYS as consultants.
You need to move it towards a national developmental program that allows these sorts of things to be actually like a whole team sitting around the table, crafting the way to get these persons from all around the world to come together at this set time to represent Team Bahamas. Like, all credit to the BOC when it comes to, the B3As when it comes to track and field. They find a way to get it done where you find the best of the best and ensure that they're there. They had some controversy this Olympic session.
I mean, I don't know if I'm giving them credit for making sure that they're there. I think those people decide to be there. They kind of just
Which is true, but at the same time, there's still a program in place that allows for the conversations to happen to ensure that we have the best of the best.
The simplest
it's the same thing that needed in baseball and to an extent basketball.
The simplest thing is like it is having the relationships with all being able to call a player and have them pick up. Because you're not always talking about basketball. You're talking about other things. Everything doesn't have to revolve around basketball. So you just have to be able to pick up the phone, have real conversation with these guys. Because if you just talk to them, say, hey, I need you on this window, or I need you on this window, then the relationship there is just like, oh, you only just need me. Like, you ain't checking in on me. You ain't messaging me.
But how much of that is driven by, in your case, the Bahamas Basketball Federation, or the actual...
Everything is done by us.
And what is the liaison that happens between you and the ministry?
The ministry, I'll tell you this right now. So the ministry, and we'll be frankly honest, the ministry helps out tremendously with funding a lot of these windows when we have home games, all of that. But personally, I don't think it's the ministry's job to liaise with these players. That's our job to be able to get them. It's almost like you're putting together a business proposal or a sponsorship package. These are the players we have, but we're short X amount of dollars. Or can you help us?
Speaking of basketball, we got to quickly pivot to the NBA. It was opening week, so we got to check in on how our guys are doing at their first few games of the seasons.
Buddy got a basketball. He can be good at basketball.
Let's just get right to it then. Obviously, Buddy Hield seems to be very comfortable in this Golden State Warriors situation.
See, I don't know if we
Would
should.
now say we've never seen a jumper like this.
Yeah, the last ambassador to have a jumper like this was C.A. Smith. Y'all ever see him hoop?
No, never.
He was really good.
C.A. Smith used to who?
I made it up. I thought it was funny.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No, but in all facts, I don't know if to be upset or happy about this.
What do you mean
I've
upset?
never seen a situation where both of them, Bahamian and descendant of a Bahamian in Clay's case, this never been a perfect switch. Like Clay is in Dallas.
No, hold on. It's not a perfect switch.
It is.
It's a good switch.
He's in Dallas balling out. He's rejuvenated. He's ready to go.
I love Buddy Hield. Klay Thompson at his peak was.
We ain't talking about Pete Clay though.
Was one of the best.
We talking about last year Clay.
Oh, okay.
Last year Clay.
He's talking about current
Pete
in the NBA.
No. Buddy is better than last year's version of Klay.
But he is good in Dallas right now. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Luka getting in his ass pause. I don't know if it's Kyrie getting on him pause. I just feel like it's a situation where he has the energy that he didn't have the last 2
You
years.
really got to think about it. This is the first time in Buddy's career when you have to double team Steph. You have to double team players. So Buddy's actually going to be open. Like, he doesn't have to create off the dribble. He doesn't have to do any of that stuff. So what he said in this press conference, this is the most free I felt since I've been in Oklahoma. But that is a lot for a basketball player. He's just letting it rip. He's shooting 75% for three.
Which is insane. Let's move on to DeAndre Ayton. 2 double-doubles. I think he may set a record this season for the most meaningless double-doubles in the NBA. We need to come up with an exit strategy out of Portland.
I don't like Chauncey Billups.
As a person or as a coach?
As a coach.
Oh, okay.
But I don't like him as a person. He beat the Lakers in 04. But that's no other conversation.
Does he have more double doubles than Angel Reese?
No one can have more double-doubles than Angel
Let's
Reese.
make sure we clear on that.
She'll have the most double-doubles ever.
Caitlin Clark should have been unanimous.
You can never I agree. Can never make me hate Angel Reese. I don't care what
I don't want you to hate him. Just say it. You get a lot of rebounds when you miss a lot of shots.
You miss every shot.
Look, rebounding is a very valuable skill in basketball. If you cannot gain possession of the ball, you cannot score. There is a reason. There is a reason.
Missing the shot.
Did you not watch the WNBA
Well,
finals?
that's why someone else don't get it.
But see, we
Why someone else don't
can't
get it?
talk with your takes on the WNBA.
No, we're not.
John, you just
protect John at all costs.
Listen, me say.
Anyway, hold on. Let's keep moving. Kai Jones is back. That we all know there was a very tenuous moment where we thought that the dream was over.
Goat life.
Kai Jones is back, and all we can say is goat life. He has found a role with the LA Clippers, and he seems to be thriving in that role.
I respect that. I just need to figure out who his barber is. We gotta address
I'm concerned about that ball.
We need to find him a barber.
Yeah.
No, he's just going baldy. You
Yeah.
could just do that on your own.
Nah, he's too young for that.
I know.
What do you mean? Listen.
crazy.
Hey, guys.
This is the NBA, Kai.
Guys, as long as it works and it's working, then let's ride with it. I am happy that he's healthy.
James
I'm
Harden.
happy that he's positive. I'm happy that he's playing well.
Yeah.
Finally, we saw vintage Klay. We were worried about the state of things when he left Golden State and he went to Dallas. You know, people were trying to throw dirt on the grave of his career very early. Klay said, "Not so fast, my friends. I still got a lot left in the
Clay
tank."
good, though.
Real good.
And Eric. And unfortunately...
And then Eric Gordon with the very, very injured Philadelphia 76ers.
That's the problem. I feel
They
like...
ain't injured. I don't agree with
Rest
Charles Barkley a
management.
lot.
Rest
I don't
management.
agree with this is dumb.
But
This is dumb. Let's address it.
Okay.
This is dumb. The season just stopped. How is Joel Embiid out?
Olympics way?
Joel Embiid wasn't healthy the entire summer. Did you see him? Joel Embiid was walking like old boy, throughout the Olympics.
Shout out, old boy.
Shout out to
Peeling the back end.
We can find a corduroy hat.
Is he?
I know. But I think Eric has the same problem that Buddy
Very
had.
hard work outside of this.
Okay, cool.
Eric had the same problem that Buddy had. You don't have your playmakers there.
Yeah.
So now he has to try to create and force stuff, and that isn't Eric's game right now.
One thing I love about Eric Gordon's game, he knows exactly what he is at this point in his 17-year NBA career. I know what I come here to do.
That's
I come
a lot
here
of
to
checks.
I come here to catch and shoot. I need the people to free up space for me to catch and shoot. Now, if none of y'all there, then what am I supposed to do?
Fair point.
So that is going to be difficult. And finally, our last point in the NBA, we got to talk about some nepotism. Everything surrounding LeBron and Bronny, great.
I think this is where me and Al go out.
Fair. Bring it on.
I think this is where me and Al go out. I was on board with the Bronny James thing to see a black man and his son on a team and X, Y, Z, da 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 da. But you got to be humble like Jordan, son. Like I don't think
not talented.
Hold on.
Jordan's son was way better than Bronny.
Like Jordan.
No, he needs to be humble the way Jordan. Someone's humble, like, you know what? I'm not that so good at this.
You know Marcus averaged like 16 points a game in college, right?
Where he is.
Them dudes was
It
never
don't matter
humble.
where he is.
I know
but he
where
was
he
a
is.
better.
I know what he was doing.
We all know where they are. We all know where they
My
are.
entire point is, let's be objective. Let's be honest.
How much more?
Is Bronny good enough to be on that team? Not to say that LA is amazing.
Carter, you can make your point for a second, right?
Go.
I'm not gonna say he's good enough to be on the team, but what he's done for LeBron James and me, and I was talking about this before the show. As a Laker fan, I've never seen LeBron this energized, probably since the bubble. And when he was energized in the bubble, it was to Orlando. He was like, "This is the perfect opportunity
He
for
really
old
like
man like me."
basketball.
And please understand, I'm conflicted. I love what he's doing, you know. I love to see it.
Right.
That's a huge moment. Like another moment when they were sitting down next to each other and he was like, "You ready? Play with intensity." That's a beautiful moment. What else?
Now,
Is this number 2 close to Kobe number?
What else?
No.
All right,
No.
so let me go. Let me address first whether Bronny is prepared enough to be in the NBA, and my answer to that is who cares? We are at the
Which I knew was gonna be a take.
we are at the lowest level. We are the lowest rung of the showbiz ladder, right?
Yeah.
With what we do here with our platform. I had my son doing podcasts at 7 because I am in a decision making role with our company. 7 years old, he was on there doing podcasts.
Because he was making.
Because as a parent, but that's my thing. If you can control that, if I could control him getting what Bronny have, a $4 million contract, I would do it. And I would not care if anybody thinks he's ready to do it or not. Because number one,
That's a dad
that ain't your
talking.
concern.
Let me ask you a question. Hold on. If money was on the line,
Yes.
and your intention for more money to be on the line, you had to win. Are you still doing that podcast with yourself?
Before now,
Yes.
answer that, I just want to open it up to the calls because I know this could be a controversial topic. So if you want to hit us up at 323-6232,
Actually, what happened?
325-4316, 325-4259, or toll free at 300-5720. Text line is also open, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Hit us up and get in on the conversation. Go ahead now.
I put that boy in the news. They had to tell me no.
Why do you think they told you no?
I don't know.
Nepotism.
Now, my entire point is, I love the moment. Love the moment. I agree with you to a point. But when did basketball become more about feelings than winning?
Well, they 2-0.
They 2-0. They didn't even lose.
That's
First
what
of
I'm
all,
Hey, Bronny has a better professional
Hold on,
record
let me just
than
say this.
LeBron.
I just want to say this as a Laker fan. As a player, he's not in a role to make a difference. We need somebody on the end of the bench. I'm comfortable with the person on the end of the bench being somebody that motivates one of our best players. We see it the last couple of years in Milwaukee.
Thank you.
I'm okay with this. Now, does he need to find time to go down to the G League and get the training he needs? We can also accommodate that.
Guys, it's business. Braun needed it for the IG and for the commercials.
Yeah,
and
I
it
agree.
worked. That's all.
I am making $4 million at the end of the
Why
bench.
you
Share it.
Why?
I see the Nike commercial right now.
Why-
Father and son. I get it.
Why are any of these people tripping about him making $4 million? That ain't your money.
No,
Why
I
you care so
saw
much?
a clip of Stephen A. the other day talking about Bronny, and then immediately after I saw a clip of him telling people he should be the highest paid sports commentator out there because he knows his worth. So I'm like, bro, if you in to get your money, this kid should be in to get his money too. If he can find a way to earn that $4 million,
Listen,
which he's doing, I'm okay with it.
That money go into the James house anyway. Fine, y'all want to just pay LeBron an extra $4 million because you cannot pay LeBron enough
can't pay
money.
him
LeBron is a walking economy on his own. You can't pay him enough.
But
So
you can
all
do
he
the
do,
Tom Brady thing and try to pay him under the table.
You think Bronny is by the groceries of the house?
no way.
No, not at all.
They waste a bunch of grocery throwing all that cereal in the car for that commercial, like.
Savannah cool with it.
Yeah, that's
All
waste.
right, so let's move. We
Boy,
got
she
10
fine.
minutes left. Let's
Boy, she's
Let's move on to our final segment. Tings is Tings are down bad, where we talk about our top 5 Bahamian
See, this is
fan
right now.
bases.
This is not our final segment. This is
What do
our
you mean?
second to last segment. We talked about
What
this.
we doing
stuff.
after that?
Go ahead. Final segment.
This is a poorly run show.
It's not. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
Oh, the thing with Andrew.
Yes.
Right. Okay. All right.
No.
So this is going to be 7 minutes long. Let's go.
Podcast at 7.
So our
Put a
penalty.
child on the podcast.
Yep. He's so good at baseball.
Get the reps for being good.
All right, so let's talk first about the Dallas Cowboys. Currently 3-3. Everyone is hurt. Doc is still delusional. Are the Dallas Cowboys Tings is Tings, or are they down bad?
At this point, they been bad so long. I think Tings is Tings. They've been consistently bad. So how is this abnormal?
Well, seriously, you should put that on a shirt.
Yeah.
Because Cowboys fans are so delusional. They probably would understand that.
They
very,
worse
very
than
quickly.
Dolphin fans.
Fact.
Yes, they're terrible.
So
here's our props.
No.
We pretty delusional.
No, we are. But I'm saying they are more.
I don't think Dolphins fans are delusional. I think y'all are realistic.
I think they're delusional.
It depends.
Cowgirls every
You
year.
ain't see us
think
week one.
Like they make a win.
The
But
only
isn't
thing,
that the point of sport, though? Like, we are meant to be entertained by this. The rest of life is hard. If I don't think that my team is going to win, then what am I buying all of this stuff for?
And there's a delusion. Okay, you're
See,
right. You're delusional.
The Cowboys is in a 2-tier system, right? I think the Cowboys things is things, and Jerry Jones is down bad.
He trying to fire a radio host.
He trying to stay alive.
Might pump it directly into the veins. Let's move on to team number 2. Obviously, huge fan base in the Bahamas. Miami Dolphins currently 2-4. Tings are down bad.
I just
and
pray
all
for
I
Tua
co-
safety, boy. I just want him to be safe. Boy. Like, I understand you want to win. I understand Florida needs it. They just had 2 storms, bother both sides. I want him to be safe, boy. Like, he has so much to live for.
I'm just going to
He
say
can be the face of the whole Pacific Island, all of the Pacific Island nations.
he
boy.
can't be the face if he ain't on the field. And I will just say that I want him to have agency over his own decision making and leave it at that.
But he could take half the money he made the last 2 years and like just go build
But
fire
if
stations
he's
up there. boy.
medically forced to
He should
retire,
never
he
be-
gets all his
Okay,
money.
Okay, yes.
But if he ain't, they cleared him, so
I don't know why. Like, that should be investigated. Like, okay, everything good.
The way he's smiling, he look like he ain't okay. Like he smiled like he ain't really
just
there.
wear the Guardian cap. Just wear the Guardian cap.
I don't even think that could protect him. at this
Boy,
point.
I know.
But nothing protects him, so why
Nothing
not
protects
try?
you from football.
Andrew is a Colts fan. He's giving me serious Gonzalez vibes right now. Just every week, just out cold is problematic.
All I'm saying.
Let's move on to franchise number 3, the San Francisco 49ers, below 500. Nobody coming into this season thought that San Francisco would be a bottom feeder in the NFC West.
Trey
But-
Lance did.
Yeah, well, he hates them. Everyone on this team is injured. Football is doing football things to the San Francisco 49ers. Tings are down bad.
Down bad.
Got to be down
They
bad.
down,
Down
bad.
bad.
They down
Because
bad.
you was in the Super Bowl last year.
To be fair, that Chiefs game.
I get what you're saying, but it's like that's why you got to win the Super Bowl when you can, because boy,
Yeah.
that's nothing guaranteed.
You gotta win the
I
Super
think they
Bowl.
tried. I think they tried.
I understand they
so
tried,
hard.
but when you just look at it, it's just
Try
like
super hard. You know who was on the other side? Patrick Mahomes. He don't like other people winning.
At all.
Except for Tom Brady.
He didn't like that.
See him in agreement with it.
only Eli had Tom Brady. No,
You got too much away from football right now.
All right, moving on.
things this thing with Eli.
Pittsburgh Steelers, the most surprising 5-2, but I feel like they do this so much, and we all feel like they're a paper tiger.
They never do bad.
No,
Mike Tomlin is so good at
They're
media.
always sailing.
Yeah, but 5-2.
They are as consistent as his hairline.
No, but
It's
I
just-
get needed to do right. The only thing I'm interested in Pittsburgh this year, Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, they just have to fight it out. Like, they got to do like an old-fashioned Bahamian dash, put them inside, like, away from each other. Just let them fight. But
I know you and John always have the theory about how I root for football, and y'all think I just want to see the black quarterback win.
yeah, you're a Steelers fan.
And y'all are absolutely
And you got a
right. I'm
coach.
just so happy that they finally have, they got a black quarterback, they got black
They got
coach.
2.
He's Kappa coach too. So
Jesus Christ.
it's a lot. It's a lot.
Things
riding
is
on
things
it.
with them.
Things is things for the Steelers.
But here's the
obviously.
thing: you remember that one year when the Steelers were like
10-0, and none of us believed it.
and no one, and then they got to the playoffs and they lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is almost that similar feeling.
Yeah. No, I
nobody
absolutely.
expect anything else.
No one expects a Super Bowl, but they expect them to win, which is weird.
And we have one slot dedicated to the front runners. This will be an evolving slot. This used to be the
Evolving
Patriots.
slot. This slot could be this all year.
No. Well, I mean, evolving from year to year because
They just get-
it used to be the Patriots in this slot. Now it's the Chiefs because Bahamians would just ride with
Oh, I thought
whoever
you meant
the front
evolving
runners
week
are.
to week.
No, not evolving week to
okay.
week. So the front runner slot, obviously the Kansas City Chiefs, because if you're listening to this, I know y'all know some Kansas City Chiefs fans who have no
just
idea
know
who
Taylor
Priest
Swift.
Holmes are.
Oh,
Zero.
Wait,
Y'all don't know.
Zero
my
idea.
auntie in Chile is a Chiefs fan.
And this is what winning does. That's all I ever wanted for the Dolphins, you know. To have these fringe fans who don't know nothing but
all I know is
and they
this.
just riding away. I can never get that.
I'm like, I'm gonna watch the Dolphins game. When the Chiefs playing?
See? Look at Auntie getting in on the vibes.
It's to the point now if you
Don't
tell,
care about
If
nothing.
you tell women you're Dolphins fans, like there's a little bit of like hesitation in their voice. You'll be like, oh, what football team is football? Dolphins.
I feel like
But they know you loyal.
contrary to loyal.
Or
But you ain't a winner.
or they know you could be around and watch that game.
But
But you can also watch some other games.
Yeah.
For entertainment.
You have no choice.
Yeah, you can need
With the loyalty. The loyalty.
You can have the loyalty there, but you can need some other games.
Absolutely.
Let's just check with the phone lines right quick.
All right.
Go ahead, caller. You're on air. Go ahead.
Hello.
I think we lost that caller. Go ahead now. Finish up.
All right, so we got 5 minutes left for that segment that Andrew was supposed to do.
I feel like you got to do a better job.
All right, hold on, let me run it back. So each weekend we are going to end by our pop culture segment where we talk about the things to do, perhaps where you want to watch a game, perhaps a show that you should be watching that you haven't been privy to. And Andrew, as our pop culture lead, is going to take the lead on this segment. Andrew, tell us what's going on.
This weekend you got the Bahama Culinary Food Festival, but it's more than that. It's an art and food festival. You can go down there, you can literally do art. Like you can walk around, look at art. You can paint, do art.
I'm glad you said do art.
Yep. Hey, that's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
It's like paint and sip. It's like paint and sip on steroids. Rod Stewart is in the building.
Ooh, steroids.
Yeah, there you go. In terms of where to go to watch the games, I would recommend Palm Tree. That's right down west across from the Starbucks. Best wings I had on the island. False God, tried. And then what to watch if you are a fan of any mob shows, if you're a fan of violence, if you're a fan of excellent acting.
This man said if you are a fan of violence.
No, I know where it's going. I know where it's going. Go ahead.
I would highly suggest that you watch The Penguin.
Yes.
It's Colin Farrell acting his behind off. The young
It's
lady.
literally the best show on TV
It's the
right
best
now.
show on TV right now. If you like The Sopranos, The Godfather, things within that vein, you will love that show. It's an excellent show. They're on episode 7, I think, and it's looking really good. But if you're like me and I have balance in my life, Love is Blind reunion will be on.
No,
on the
no way in the
30th.
world you made that
this
transition.
is why.
Yeah,
This
it
is why.
is. Yeah, it is.
This is
Yeah, it
the
is.
target audience
Hey,
for
I'm
this.
secure. I'm secure.
I am not. This is the problem. This is the problem that I have with him because his intellect for when it comes to all things like film and anything in this genre, he's really good at. But then he also has this guilty pleasure of watching this mindless drivel with this reality
Do
show.
you remember anything from that show?
Love is Blind? Mm-hmm. Don't get me in my bag. Don't get me in my bag about Tyler and Ashley. Don't do that. I got bars for that show. So you're not ready for that podcast.
Do you do that?
Finish the studio.
Do you do that just to be like in a bank line and you just overhear someone and say, I
That's
could
what
be
he
here for like
does.
an hour and a half.
No, John-
I need something to talk about.
Hold on. Let me wrap this up like this.
I know why he does it.
Gals like reality shows.
Thank you.
I like
you.
gals.
So
So
we
if
got-
Johnny has 5 apples.
Try to call it a day. Go ahead, call you. Go ahead, call you on.
Yes, good day. I'd like to congratulate you guys for acknowledging Jonquel Jones, right? Mm-hmm. But I like to further say that she is the Bahamian goat of all sports.
Thank you.
Sports.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree?
Yes, sir.
That's a heavy way
outside
to
of
close out.
Steven and Sean A, she she is the goat.
There's definitely, listen, sports talk debates are about arguments. There's definitely an argument to be made.
She's definitely in the conversation, and she's worthy to be in the conversation.
You should name the airport after her.
Oh, boy.
And I always say, right, with every team she played with Connecticut and now with New York, it's not even a ball for her. You know what I'm saying? To win the MVP every year.
All right, thanks a lot for the
caller.
call.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Wrap it up now.
All right, that'll do it for this week. This has been The Accredited. This is 10YS on Guardian Radio.
This is Guardian Radio 90.